Hello, friends. It's been a couple days. I miss you. I miss making my videos. Um, I've been kind of on a struggle bus lately, which is why I've been kind of sucking at doing these. I've been going through some stuff, some personal stuff, and it has kind of killed my motivation as far as recording goes. As far as pretty much anything goes. All I want to do is talk to my friends and be a mom. And that's about it. Watch TV. I don't want to do things that require me to be responsible. I feel like the angle's off on this today. Okay, I guess it's okay. Let's get the ugly pillow out of there. Only the pretty pillow. So I have wet hair. It smells amazing. My conditioner is jasmine, which is one of the best smells ever. So I want to just keep smelling my hair. So you might catch me during this video smelling my hair. So when I was thinking over the last couple days, what do I want my next video to be about? Yesterday I almost talked about just the snow day. It snowed yesterday for the first time really all winter, like our first real winter snow. And so I got to take my daughter outside to play in the snow. And she loves it. She loves the snow. She's going to be 3, so she's experienced snow before. But every year it's just more and more exciting. The first thing she did when she got outside is she ran out there and she just did a snow angel. It's like, you're cute. But that was yesterday. I didn't make the video. I had a bad night last night. And here we are now today. So on the plus side, it's still snowing. It started snowing about 2-ish hours ago. And my teaching for today was canceled. The one college I work at closed today because of the weather. And here's what I'm really hoping for. So my friend Morgan always talks about like putting things out in the universe, putting out your intentions and telling the universe kind of what you want and it will happen. This has not worked for me in the past, but I'm working today. Okay. Tomorrow, because of the snow, my other college will be closed. I will get another day at home. Then, because Wednesday we're supposed to get those polar vortex wind chills. I live in Michigan, where I think with the wind chill we're expecting temperatures around like below 40, below 25 to below 40, which is madness. That's so cold. So my hope, not even my hope, it's going to happen. The college will close again on Wednesday for the cold, which means that I may work Thursday at the other school, but that would be the only day this week I have to go to work. I don't mind work. I don't mind my schedule. I have a great, easy schedule. I'm done super early. But my Monday, Wednesday work is the one that's an hour drive for me. So if I don't have to drive, excuse me, if I don't have to drive an hour and 15 minutes or whatever, I will take it. I will stay home. I will sleep until 7:30 and I will enjoy my day at home. And no, this is not anything fun in a red Solo cup. It is just water. Which is fun because it's good for you. It's healthy. So, excuse me. What am I talking about? It's been almost 5 minutes and I still haven't told you what we're talking about today. Today, I want to talk with you guys about changing the world. That sounds like a big thing, right? Changing the world. We can change the world. How you can change the world. How the world can be changed. This is something that I've been kind of thinking about. It's been in my head for a little while. I've talked with you guys before about my wonderful new community family on the internet, my internet family, my internet friends. And just how every day there's like a little thing, a little flash in my head. Every day I'm like, I have never encountered a group of people, let alone a group of people on the internet, where we know the internet is awful and full of terrible, mean people being terrible and mean to each other. Um, Never before on the internet have I encountered such a large, massive group of people. I'm talking at its core, there's, probably a couple hundred tight knit people. But the community itself is thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people who are part of this community. And it is nothing but positive, uplifting, supportive, kind, generous. In the several months that I've been a part of this community, I have witnessed people reaching out to help each other. I have witnessed people doing insane acts of kindness for other people that you would never expect out of just random strangers on the internet. And it's been such a great thing for me. It's been such a great thing for me to know that no matter what I have going on, that there's this group of people who I can go to, who will listen to me, who will, just listening, first of all, is key. Someone who will let me vent, a group of people who will let me vent, who are reassuring, who are kind. We don't all always agree on 100% things. There's friction. But even so, it's so much positivity, so much goodness, and so much light radiating out of this community. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about how to change the world. But my inspiration is being drawn from this community. So I wanted to kind of rehash all of that. What do I mean by change the world? I don't mean changing the world in any sort of, political sense or anything like that. I just mean how we as one individual can have an impact, make a difference, and do good and do the right thing. There's a really good quote. I cannot remember right now who the quote is attributed to, but paraphrased, it's, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. I think there's more to it, but essentially it's this idea, we all know what mosquitoes are. We all know how irritating one mosquito can be. Now imagine you're put in a sleeping bag, for example, with a mosquito overnight. Is that mosquito going to make a difference? You are a big person. You are a whole physical human being. That mosquito is the size of, your fingernail, okay? It's very tiny. And yet that mosquito will have the ability to completely ruin your sleep and your subsequent days afterwards because you are itchy. So even the smallest little thing like a mosquito can have a big, huge impact on something larger. There's, the butterfly effect, where a butterfly flapping its wings, in South America is going to cause a tidal wave somewhere else. And while that's a very massive exaggeration, the idea is that small, tiny things can have a big impact. And we are small, tiny things on this planet, in this world. There are billions of people on the earth. We are just one. The earth is one planet in a huge, vast universe. Okay, so it's really easy to think, I can't make a difference. I can't change anything. The world is the way it is, and I just have to figure out how to function within it. And for some people, that's what you have to do. If just functioning, if just figuring out how you are going to get through a day is enough, go for it. That's what you have to do. But don't think that you have to do that that's what you're stuck doing. You can make a difference. You can help people. So how can we do this? How can we change the world? How can we, as one person, make any kind of a difference? Find one way to brighten up or inspire somebody's day every day. A random stranger. There's the whole buy someone behind you in line at a fast food place their order. Pay for the people behind you. Or open the door for somebody and smile at them. I know there's this whole thing about, um, some people feeling like they're forced to smile and, oh, why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you smiling? And that, you shouldn't ever feel like you have to smile. It's not that I'm saying listen to society's pressure to be a certain way and, present yourself a certain way. I just mean if you see somebody and you happen to make eye contact with them, smile. Okay? A real smile, a fake smile, it doesn't matter. Smile. A simple smile can completely change somebody else's mood. Um, if you see someone and you admire something about that person, tell them. Do something to make somebody else's day a little bit better or a little bit easier. If you know someone who's struggling, find a way to relieve that somehow. It doesn't mean, if you know someone who's struggling financially, that doesn't mean give them a bunch of money. That's not what I mean. If you know someone who's struggling, buy them a coffee. Show up at their house and look like, I bought you this coffee. Let's sit, let's chat, have a coffee. Let's go out, let me buy you a drink. It doesn't have to be some massively grand thing. Sometimes it's those super tiny little events, those super tiny gestures that have a bigger impact on a person. My scarf is falling down. It looks like I am naked. I am not. Sometimes it's those super tiny gestures that reminds somebody that they have value, that they are important, and that life can get better. There's that whole, it gets better. It does get better. Even when it doesn't seem like it gets better. So finding ways to make someone else's life better, because it's not about you. Okay? I'm sorry. It's not about you. You're a wonderful person, and I love you very much, but the whole world is not about you. I apologize. But we also know too that when we do something nice for somebody else, it makes us feel better. It makes us feel good. And when we feel good, when we're happy, when we're in a good mood, then we're going to go out and do more good things. See how that works? It's a chain reaction. You do something kind for somebody else. You show somebody else goodness and love, and that's going to come back to you and affect you in your mood. And that's what's important. It's you and helping you, and it's also helping other people. And if everybody out there, I regret this scarf decision, if everybody out there did one nice thing for somebody else, one random act of kindness for somebody else once a day, imagine how many good things would be happening in the world. Imagine how much positivity there would be in the world. Instead of focusing on all of the bad shit, instead of focusing on who hates who this week and, what awful atrocities are happening across the globe, don't ignore the bad stuff. Okay, I ignore the bad stuff, and it's not necessarily what I would recommend for other people. Don't ignore that stuff. Realize and recognize that there is bad shit that happens, but then find out how you can help. Again, I'm going to go back to that Mr. Rogers thing from a few weeks ago. Mr. Rogers had a quote where he said his mom once told him that when you are afraid and you see bad things happening, to look for the people who are helping. So not only should you be looking for the people that are helping, you should be one of the people helping. Don't look for ways to bring people down. Don't look for ways to hurt people or, be cruel for any particular reason. Everything you do, your existence should be to glow, to shine for yourself, because when we're feeling good and we're positive and we are putting good stuff out there, then that's doing good for us physically, mentally. It's good for us to project positivity. We all have heard ever since we were kids, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. So being negative and putting negativity out there has a serious impact on you physically and mentally. The end. There is no argument about that. You cannot argue against that because there is proof. There is evidence that that is the case. So if we're putting goodness out there, it's good for us, and we're also helping somebody else. We're changing somebody else's day. We're changing somebody else's outlook. Someone who thinks that, everything is awful and their life is worthless. You know, maybe someone is having the literal worst day of their life and you buy their coffee. You hold the door open for them and you smile. You say, I really like your shirt. Okay? You know, even something else like, hey, you're struggling. Do you want to talk about it? Let me listen to you. Let me just take in and listen to you. Or, oh, you're struggling. You know, you don't feel like being social. You don't feel like going out. Well, how about, you know, would it be okay if I just came over and sat with you? We don't have to talk. Let's just sit. We'll watch something on TV. We'll just sit there on our phones. You know, let me come over and hang out and just physically be present near you, because sometimes that's all somebody needs. So again, instead of trying to undermine goodness, instead of trying to inspire negativity, instead of focusing on the bad, try to project positivity, try to help people, try to do good, try to be kind, and see how that affects things. See what you notice in your day-to-day lives. Maybe even people who you thought you couldn't change somehow. I mean, people can't change if they don't want to. But you never know. You might reach somebody in a different way just by being you, by being kind. Be an example. Be the change you want to see in the world. Okay? So if you want to see kindness and love and goodness being spread across the world, be that. Be that and encourage other people to be that way too. Let them see you and say, I am so inspired. That person, just the way they carry themselves, the way they go about their life is so inspiring to me. How can I model that? How can I be more like that? And if you're not sure what that looks like, find somebody in your life who maybe you've always thought, oh, they're just super naive. They're just, obnoxiously positive and stuff like that. Find somebody that you can look to and someone that you could model yourself after and say, what is this person doing that I could possibly take in and I could do too? So that's your challenge. Your challenge is to go out, change the world. Change the world even for one person. Change one person's world. And it's going to change your world. And see what happens. So do that. We'll come back and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what happens. And we'll also talk about whether or not I had to go to work for the rest of the week because of the snow. All right? So I'll see you later. Mwah.